Is one of the most successful the stars of the most successful film franchise in the history of cinema.
Harry Potter fans will know him best as Draco Malfoy, and when he's not playing Quidditch at Hogwarts, he likes a bit of cricket. Ladies and gents, please welcome Tom Felton.
Hello, Tom.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Pleasure. Nice to see you.
Take
How
a
are
seat,
you? Well?
please.
Where do we put that, Tom?
Just on the end there.
See you, mate. Well.
Hello, Tom. Lovely to see you. You're right.
Likewise, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Grand. Here I am.
Now, yeah, here you are, and getting a very good welcome. Now, I
Thank you
wasn't
very
too
much.
sure whether you'd get cheered or booed, because let's face it, you're one of the most recognisable villains on the planet.
I've been booed a few times.
Have you?
Yeah, It's more like
There
it.
you go. Yeah, now he feels at home. You've relaxed him
Thank
now.
you.
He
Yeah,
knows
I'm
what he's
relaxing,
dealing with.
yeah.
And so, how do you deal with that?
I can only take it as a compliment, really. I've had a lot of sort of 9-year-olds and younger sort of get terrified, really, and actually sort of hide behind their parents' legs and...
Well, Matt was a bit frightened this morning.
I
I have to
noticed.
tell him you
I
were
was a
quite
bit.
nice in real
He
life.
kind of came in and met me in a fit of tears. I don't know what was wrong with him. Sorry, is that supposed to be kept under?
Ruining the image.
So yeah, again, I can only really take it as a compliment. If I manage to scare these little kids, I must be doing something right.
Are you scared, guys?
Oh, these guys are well over.
Yeah, no, we're over it. We're
I'm
not
scared of them. Good Lord.
Now, just in case people have been living in a cave for the last few years, let's take a look at you in action.
One's at the ready.
Scared, Potter?
You wish.
On the count of 3, cast your charms to disarm your opponent. Only to disarm. We don't want any accidents here. 1, 2.
Inverte status! Rictus Emperor!
Typical Draco behaviour there, not very sportsmanlike, casting a curse before the whistle. But how old were you there?
I must have been about 12, I think, yeah. It was a few years ago. It was a few years ago now. I was more angel-faced, maybe.
Yeah, you were looking a little bit... Oh, is it quite hard to watch yourself on that
Yeah,
screen
it's so
at that age?
cringing. I can't bear it.
It must be like when your parents trot out the home videos.
It
When
is.
you're little, but yours is on the big screen.
It is. It's kind of bizarre. I'm already thinking what my kids will say when I show them in, well, decades to come. It'd be very strange.
I'm
But
sure
yeah.
they'll be very proud.
I mean, that just shows, doesn't it, that you basically grew up on screen, didn't you? That was, 10 years ago.
It was,
How
yeah.
hard was that, to grow up on screen?
Very easy. I mean, they made it a lot of fun for us. As you can see, we were just kind of, clowning around with a set of wands. I mean, at that age, you couldn't think of anything more fun, I don't think. So.
And there's me thinking acting is such a rigorous discipline.
Oh, discipline's a good word for it, yeah. No, other than waiting, that's the only really hard part of acting, I like to think. It's, especially when we were doing stuff like that, it was great fun. Plenty of harness work and flying us all over the show. So, like, as any 12-year-old will tell you, I'm sure that's pretty much a good time and a bag right there.
Yeah, God, any 12-year-old, any 20-plus-year-old, 30-plus-year-old, I think I'd quite like to have a go at that. But when you auditioned, you must have been, what, 8, 9, maybe?
Not that young, about 11.
About
my first
11.
audition,
So
yeah.
at that age, you probably had no idea what you were getting yourself into in terms of this global phenomenon.
Completely. I think I was the only child, actually, who was there out of the thousands that had auditioned who had no clue what Harry Potter was.
Had you not even read
at
the
all?
books?
No,
Didn't
shamefully.
even do your homework?
Well, actually, I
Typical
blagged it.
11-year-old.
I lied, of course, when they said, "Have you read the books?" Obviously, yes. Yeah. and there was a row of kids, and I just sort of said, "Oh, the same as this guy. This is my favourite character, or this is my favourite scene." So I kind of winged my way first through the early audition.
Did they not guess when you said you were there to audition for Hermione? They were like, he doesn't know
I
what he's on about.
thought I was perfect for the role, but apparently not. Yeah, no, they were very charming to me, to be fair, and very good with youngsters. It wasn't an audition, it was more just sort of how you deal with cameras and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so it was fairly relaxed.
So I think I'm right in saying you finished filming the final scenes, is that
Yes,
correct?
about 3 weeks ago now, we've wrapped up, so no more blonde dye in the hair, which
Is it a teary affair?
it's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Teary affair?
It was actually. It was quite emotional. Yeah, certainly for a lot of the cast. It's like a second home. It's a bit like leaving school or a university. You know that feeling when you sort of got to know the people and places very,
It's like the
very
whole dressing
familiar.
room thing we
I
were
was
talking
gonna
about with
say,
Mark.
Yeah, it's a very good. That's a good thing to compare it to. Really, it is. It's you know you really know it like a second home, and then all of a sudden it's been taken away from you. It's quite a sad affair.
But you're not going to miss being a beach blonde.
No, that's not such a pleasant part
But
of
the
the job.
madness starts up again because the next instalment of the film is out in November, is that right? So
It is, yes. November
Pottermania
11th.
takes hold again.
Yes, they will be sending us out left, right, and centre to promote it. But we're all really excited about these last two, especially because these are the ones we've been building up to doing, and the stories are more grown up by now. There's a lot of battles and fighting and stuff like that. So it's a bit more for us to talk about this year round, which is good. We're excited for that.
November, also a massive month in cricket. The small match of the Ashes starting up.
Of course,
and you were lucky enough to be at the Oval, weren't you, for the climax of the recent series?
Yes, yeah, that was a fantastic day out. Yeah, Daniel and I often try and get out there whenever we do get the chance.
recognise him, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is it. Oh lordy.
There you are with your bleach
You
blonde
don't even
hair.
know when they're filming you. That's the problem. Yeah, I believe it.
But what a fantastic day that was.
It really
what are
was.
your memories of that?
A couple. Well, other than being there, and I had a few cheeky ciders, I think, on the side, and then they asked us to go on Test match special. At that point I was, needless to say, I was kind of loose at the tongue. So I God knows what I talked about for an hour, but. Good thing Daniel does love to chat cricket as well, so he took up most of the half an hour, I think, which was good.
Who's the better player, you or Dan?
Oh, wow! Now you're asking real questions.
Oh, he's on you. You can say you if you want.
Straight in.
Well, I can actually give you a ball by ball sort of account of the last game that we played, because he bowled a couple of overs to me, much to his dismay. The boundary ropes were being littered with I even tried a cheeky six. It didn't quite go down, but I had an attempt. No, to be fair, he's far more. I don't know what the right word is for it. He's a strategy man. He's very good with all the fielding positions, and he knows all the stats of ex-players and things like that. I'm useless with that sort of thing. I'm a bit of a bowler, to be fair. Just got to give me the ball and let me.
Sounds like the kind of geeky thing Harry Potter would be into, wouldn't it? It was stats and strategy.
Field settings,
yeah, where Draco would be like straight out the park. But where did your love of cricket come from?
From early days, really, from school. I suppose we were always taught it in school, and I always enjoyed it. 3 older brothers. Naturally, the Saturdays and Sundays were spent in the garden. Smashing windows by launching cricket balls at them. Yeah.
But with 3 older brothers, what position did you play? Did they stick you out in the field?
Yeah, to be fair, I was fielding a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I rarely got the chance to bowl, hence the reason why I'm a bit of a naff batter, because I didn't really have much practice as a kid. So, yeah, I was definitely more of a bowler, or they sent me right back for the old 6 catches and to try and prevent these windows smashing, which didn't happen at all. But yeah.
Is it true you've got a cricket net in your garden right now?
It's true, actually. Shamefully. As you can imagine, me and my brother, we lived together. We never really got round to doing curtains or carpets or any of the unimportant things. We just managed to put up a rather, homemade style cricket net in the garden. So yeah, we spent many an hour dwindling in there. I'm actually trying to get a few people in there. I met James Foster a few years ago, and he was very keen to come down for the day. So I'm still trying to get that up. Mark, you fancy facing a few deliveries?
No fielding, but yeah.
All right, you'll go in the net for a bit.
No fielding.
There you go, Draco Malfoy bowling at Mark Butcher in his back garden. A little bit bizarre, but I think that could work.
Sounds fun. I'm there.
Go for it.
But who are the players that you grew up watching? Who did you enjoy?
Well, I mean, himself.
Mr. Butcher.
Yeah, I was just actually looking at the Test match against Warney. I remember watching that as a youngster, very much so. My early days are my Graham Gooches. I remember my dad always being a big fan of him. But yeah, your Athertons, your Nassers, and so forth. Really, it's quite bizarre because most of the people that I watched as a real youngster are commentating now and doing all the behind the scenes kind of stuff.
So
yeah.
when you go down to the cricket grounds, you must be like a kid in a sweet shop meeting them all.
It is a bit like that. It is a bit like that, especially with Dan, because obviously they're a lot more attracted to us as a couple. So
Yeah.
it's sort of good.
So to speak.
Harry and Draco, the rumours are starting.
Wait, that came across wrong. Can we do that again?
It's live, unfortunately. It's out there. It's out there.
Lordy. Christ alive.
Twitter's gone into meltdown.
Ignore that, please.
While we're on that theme, who floats your boat of the current players?
Well, now you mentioned it.
But we were
no,
talking about Owen
Raw.
Morgan earlier.
Oh,
I
he's
mean,
a stunner, isn't he?
Yeah.
No. I can't confess I've ever looked at the players in that light. Saying that, recently I somehow ended up at some sort of cricketing bash. Actually, it was for a charity that I'm working with. Chance to Shine it's a really great cricket charity, and I was at one of their meetings, and Matt Pryor rang up to me very, very excited, and he said, "We have to get a picture with you and Broady." I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, because they take the mickey out of him by calling him Malfoy when he had his long hair," which is, I think, the reason why he's cut it off. He's gone for a shorter bob this year to try and...
It's because he didn't like getting booed in the street.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, sure. But it was quite funny because obviously he couldn't have had more. I'm not exactly the tallest guy in the world, and he is rather...
He's about 8 foot,
gargantuan.
isn't he?
Yeah, he is massive. So it was a rather awkward picture. I was at his belly button kind of high.
One for the mantelpiece.
It was,
okay.
yeah.
Right, well, Tom's going to stay with us for the rest of the morning, but for the moment, Tom Felton, everybody.